Hello, everyone. Before we start our presentation, we would like to do a land acknowledgement. As UC San Diego sits on the unceded territory and traditional homeland of the Kumeyaay people, we as members of the UC San Diego community must acknowledge the legacy of the Kumeyaay people. Please join us in a moment of silence to honor the original people of this land. Thank you.
And welcome everyone to our last episode of Cooking with the Cross. Today I have my chef's hat on in honor of our last video of the quarter. And today, as usual, we're going to give a little rundown of the Cross Cultural Center, then teach you all about food waste and food insecurity, then finally give a food tutorial on microwavable desserts.
The Outreach and Engagement Team. Hi, my name is Fatima. I'm a second year. I use she, her pronouns. My major is clinical psychology, and my college is ERC.
And hello, my name is Joycey Ito. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a third year electrical engineering student in 6th College and a rising chef. Here is our table of contents, getting a little overview of the Cross Cultural Center. And we'll talk about food waste and food insecurity, give you some campus resources, and finally get to the microwavable desserts. Small disclaimer, we are using closed captioning on Google Slides, so what you see on the screen might not be 100% accurate. So let us continue. Here is the Cross Cultural Center. We are one of the 6 campus community centers under the Vice Chancellor of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion.
The Cross Cultural Center. So we're located in Price Center East on the 2nd floor, directly above Burger King. Our contact info, we can be reached by our email, ccc.ucsd.edu, as well as our phone number. Even though we aren't currently answering the phones, if you leave a voice message, we will definitely get back to you. We have our website where we post everything, including our job application, which is open right now. And if you subscribe to our e-news, you can stay up to date with all of our programs that are coming out throughout this quarter and the next quarter.
Here is our social media that you all could follow to keep up with all our programs that we do here at the Cross Cultural Center. So here's our Instagram at UCSD Cross Cultural Center, Facebook, facebook.com/UCSDCCC, and our YouTube, tinyurl.com/CCC-YouTube. Our YouTube is where you could find these videos, our Cooking with the Cross series. So if you want to check out the ones we did earlier, go on our YouTube. And we have our QR code and the link on the bottom corners that will take you to our link tree that provides you with all this Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as the website.
Virtual programs. At the Cross Cultural Center, we are proud of our social justice and leadership efforts. One of the ways we promote that is through our social justice webinars. During these webinars, we, the interns, facilitate dialogues with students, staff, and faculty from all over the UC San Diego community about social justice and different social justice frameworks. Next, we have our art receptions. Our virtual art receptions are hosted by the art and activist interns. They showcase different art by cutie BIPOC, queer, trans, Black, Indigenous people of color. And lastly, we have student-initiated programs, or SIPs. These are intern-led programs that relate to social justice frameworks and our major/intended career. My major is clinical psychology, and my SIP, which is next quarter, winter quarter, will be about the need for intersectionality and diversity in the field of psychiatry. So look out for that.
My SIP will be in spring quarter, and since I am an electrical engineering major, my SIP will be about the lack of social justice in engineering and how we could bring in social justice into the field. Now we'll get into the affiliate program. So the affiliate program is a relationship between the center and student organizations that fit within the Places philosophy. So the Places philosophy stands for promoting respectful dialogue, leadership, affirmation of identities, community building, empowerment, and social justice lens. So if you are in a student organization that you feel fit within the Places philosophy, Go ahead and contact us through our email ccc.ucsd.edu, or who knows, as the outreach and engagement interns, we might be contacting you.
Social Justice Leadership Academy, or SJLA. This is a class that meets 6 times a quarter during winter and spring quarter, coming up soon. And in this course, you will develop your communication skill and learn about different social justice topics. This is a great opportunity to get involved with the UCSD campus, especially if you're interested in becoming an intern at the CCC or any other campus resource center. You may get credit for this on your CCR or co-curricular record, which looks great on your resume or when you're applying to graduate school.
Applications for the Social Justice Leadership Academy are currently open. They are due on December 2020 by 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The tiny URL link to apply will be located in our video description, so go ahead and check that out.
Our internship program. The purpose of the internship program is to have an interactive cohort that facilitates better communication skills and leadership skills that include social equity, diversity, and inclusion. That's why, even though we're all different positions, we are all SJEs, social justice educators. And as I mentioned earlier, our application is open now.
Yes, the application is open and is due week 3 of winter quarter on the Tuesday, January 19, 2021 by 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we will also put the link to apply in the description. Now we will be getting into our social justice topic, food waste and also food insecurity.
Food waste. The United States is a global leader in food waste, with Americans discarding nearly 40 million tons of food every year.
For reference, that is equivalent to 1,000 Empire State Buildings.
That's 80 billion pounds of food and equates to more than $161 billion.
Approximately 219 pounds of waste per person, that's $1,600.
And 30 to 40% of the US food supply is sent to landfills.
Food is the single largest component taking up space inside US landfills. In fact, it makes up 22% of municipal solid waste. Did you know that food waste has environmental and economic repercussions? For environmental, according to the World Wildlife Federation, the production of wasted food in the United States is equivalent to the greenhouse emissions of 37 million cars. 25% of global climate problems relate to the production of our food. And if you want to learn more about how food affects the environment, you could check out our other Cooking with the Cross video. It is the second one. And yeah, you could learn about how food affects the environment.
And there's also economic repercussions. The average American family of four throws out $1,600 worth of produce each year. Multiply that by the typical 18 years that a child lives at home, you could easily pay for a year's worth of tuition at any number of America's private colleges or universities.
Food insecurity. Due to the effects of the coronavirus pandemic, more than 50 million people may experience food insecurity in 2020, including a potential 17 million children.
According to USDA's latest Household Food Insecurity in the United States report, more than 35 million people in the United States struggled with hunger in 2019.
Households with children are more likely to experience food insecurity. Before the coronavirus pandemic, more than 10 million children live in food insecure households.
Every community in the country is home to families who struggle with food insecurity, including rural and urban communities.
Many households that experience food insecurity do not qualify for federal nutrition programs and need to rely on their local food banks and other hunger relief organizations for support.
The reason we bring up food insecurity is that in the United States, we do have enough food to go around, but it's not distributed equitably. And one of the issues is food waste. We have enough food, yet food is wasted not just by individuals, but by corporations such as stores and farmers and things like that. Which leads us to our next video. This is a Vox video called Food Waste is the World's Dumbest Problem. It's a 2-minute clip. If you want to see the full video, the video is linked below in the description, but here's a 2-minute clip that gives a really good overview about food waste.
When we picture the stuff that's hurting our planet, what do we think of? We think of like smokestacks, cars, oil spills. We don't really think about all the food we throw away. In the US, roughly 40% of the food we produce never gets eaten. That's over 365 million pounds of food each day. While that's happening, about 1 in 8 Americans still don't have a steady supply of food to their tables. And all this wasted food is a huge contributor to climate change. If global food waste were a country, it would be the third largest emitter of greenhouse gases, just behind China and the United States. So it really is an enormous problem and one of the easiest ways to address climate change. It takes a ton of resources to produce food. On top of that, you have all the energy it takes to keep it cold and to transport it around the country. And when food decomposes, it isn't just stinky, it releases potent greenhouse gases. Basically, we're trashing our planet to grow food that no one eats. But here's the thing, no one actually likes wasting food. It's just something that we haven't been paying much attention to.
Which is why today we want to pay attention to food waste. So we have prepared two types of responses to food waste. One is corrective, the other is preventive. Corrective action is a response to the undesired outcome, and then preventive action is an operation that ensures the reduction of the undesirable outcome. We have presented both in our presentation, so up next we will present the next 2 slides showcase preventive actions.
So Kamal Ahmad is the founder and CEO of Copia, which is an excess food management solution that is responsible for recovering 900,000 pounds of food and feeding up to 2 million people a year. Copia is a for-profit platform that connects corporate cafeterias, hospitals, universities, hotels, restaurants, and other businesses that have excess high-quality food or raw ingredients with nonprofits that need food.
Next is food waste equal more waste. In 2019, UC Santa Barbara stopped using food trays. And what this did is this reduced the amount of food that was wasted every day in the cafeteria. So UC Santa Barbara has a population of 24,000 students. And every day when they had food trays, they would waste about 6 ounces of food, which equated to around 5,000 pounds of food per day. And once they stopped using food trays, less food was wasted, which was better. And if we, even though right now there's COVID-19, so the dining hall system isn't the same, but when we get back to normal times, if students didn't use food trays at UC San Diego, we could save almost 7,000 pounds of food every day. Food cams at UCSD. MIT has started using live food cams to let students and staff know when there's leftover catered food. The way these work is there are food cam stations. And when individuals are done, let's say that a certain club or organization has had catered food like pizza and whatnot, if there is leftover food, they would put the food directly underneath the food cam. And then the food cam would send alerts to everyone on campus that there's food, and then students and staff could come and eat that food. What this does is this reduces food waste, and it also addresses food insecurity. And this action and the other 2 actions before are all preventive actions. These prevent food from being wasted. But sometimes you can't stop food waste. So then there's corrective actions to correct what has been done. a better trash system. At UC Berkeley and UC Santa Cruz, they've changed their trash system for the Zero Waste Initiative. And what this does is they divide their trash more accurately. So, clean paper, container recycling, food waste, and compost, and then waste that has to go to landfills. Doing this subverts a lot of waste from landfills. What normally goes into the trash, such as a bottle of water or like an uneaten piece of food, now these can actually be recycled correctly or used as compost. And in the next slide, we will talk about what you can do with food waste and compost.
Here is a project from our very own UCSD students. Their names are Anid Partika and Notanaka. Their project is called the Bioenergy Project. It is a system that is designed to turn food waste into usable products such as fertilizer and biogas. If you don't know what biogas is, it is energy that sequesters carbon and is used to make electricity. This program also repurposed 42,000 pounds of food waste in just 1 year around the UC San Diego campus. And they plan to implement the Bioenergy Project system on campus and in communities of San Diego. So they will collect food waste and they will also use the biogas that they have created to aim for carbon neutrality in the community.
CalFresh. CalFresh is California's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. They provide up to $204 a month in grocery benefits. For more information, check out basicneeds.ucsd.edu or contact one of the CalFresh assistants at calfresh@ucsd.edu. And right below is a QR code that takes you directly to their website. And here are their logos. On the right-hand side, there's the CalFresh logo. If you see this, definitely check it out. And on the left-hand side, there is the Basic Needs Hub logo. Also check this out. I know they host events from time to time on campus. So definitely check out anything they are hosting. It's always great, always awesome, always helpful.
You could also check out Triton Food Pantry. The Triton Food Pantry addresses food insecurity. They offer groceries for free for all students, and they also get groceries from Vaughn's and Ralph's, the extra food that is about to expire so it doesn't go to waste, and so it goes to the students that can't afford to go off campus to get their groceries. So you all should check that out if it's a really great option. And now we'll get into our cooking tutorials, our microwavable desserts, and I'm very excited to show you all our tutorials. Here is my dessert. So I made a chocolate cake, a dark chocolate cake in a mug. And these are all the ingredients I used and all the measurements. So I used 1/4 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. It could be sweetened or unsweetened. And then 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a pinch of salt, 1/4 cup and 1 tablespoon of milk. I know, very specific. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil and 1 tablespoon of chocolate chips. If you want to be healthier, do 1 tablespoon of dark chocolate chips. Yeah, so first you mix in all the dry ingredients. So there's the flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, sugar, and a pinch of salt. And you mix it all up. And I used soy milk because that is the only milk I had, but I think you could use any type of milk that you have at home. And there's the vegetable oil. And there's the batter. No eggs needed. And I poured it into my mug. Make sure the mug is big enough because this cake does tend to rise in the microwave. And I microwaved it for only 1.5 minutes. So not even that long. And there it is. And it came out so fluffy and I was so surprised that it actually worked and it was really good.
For my dessert, I made a peach crisp. I used a can of peaches, cinnamon, brown sugar, regular sugar, flour. You can use an oatmeal packet or quick oats, and then butter or a butter alternative. So here's my video. Vanilla extract, nutmeg, brown sugar. Then you mix that all together. Then you can use quick oats or just a packet of oatmeal. And what's nice about a packet of oatmeal is that it's already sweetened. So it's sweetened. Flour, butter, or a butter alternative. You mix it all together. Then you microwave for 3 minutes. Then you get to enjoy.
So doesn't our desserts look so good? And just the fact that you can make that straight in the microwave, life-changing, very life-changing to me. And I'm still amazed. But this concludes our last video of Cooking with the Cross. We would like to thank you all for coming with us on this journey this quarter. This was a new program that Fatima and I created this quarter only because the outreach and engagement interns are a new position and we got to create this program for y'all and we're so happy that we did. We really enjoyed it and we hope that you all enjoyed it also. And yeah, so we would like you all to comment if you have a particular food tutorial or a social justice topic y'all would like to learn about. The comments are open for you to answer.
And below in the description, we have the sources that we used, as well as the full video to the Vox video. And we also have the job application linked below if y'all want to apply. And if y'all have any questions about the positions or the application, you can email the Cross Cultural Center or write in the comments below.
And to get more information on the internship positions, if you are interested in applying, please check out our website, ccc.ucsd.edu. It will have all the descriptions of the internship positions. But I would say, because I'm biased, apply to be an outreach and engagement intern.
So on Wednesday and Friday, we're having webinars about the positions, and you'll be able to talk to all the interns to ask them about our positions and what we do at the Cross Cultural Center. So check those out. They're definitely posted on our Instagram and our website. And thank y'all for going on this journey with us.
Yes, these info sessions are, as Fatima said, Wednesday 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Friday 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will put the link in the description, but you should also check out our social media so you could, get a better understanding of that. Bye, everyone. See you all next quarter.